Okay, here we go. Oh, man, put these glasses back on. Oh, here we are, another Saturday, close to near Culver City, but really not. We're not going to tell you our location because it's our business. So, we're here today. Oh, we got a special guest with us. Please tell us a little about yourself, sir.
Well, this is AJ, Flex, Alex, Hurricane. There's a bunch of names.
Hurricane? That's interesting.
Okay. But,
I like that.
Born and raised in Mid-City.
Mid-City.
Lived out there for 27 years, and then moved out there to close to Compton, a little town called Willowbrook.
Willowbrook, okay. And of course, everybody knows we have the return Intercontinental Champion. Tell us a little about yourself, sir, with the incredible sunglasses.
What's going on, people? Almost the same story, living in the same place.
So, JaySlay, you have the same name?
Yeah, JaySlay's my name.
Thank you.
Me and him grew up in the same place.
Okay.
Almost similar story.
Mm-hmm.
He moved out first, and then I kind of caught up with him, maybe about 5 or 8 years later. In Watts, though. So he's living in Willowbrook, and I'm living in Watts.
Willowbrook and Watts.
That's kind of strange,
That's that W. That's that double W. Double W. Hey.
So I've known this man for 30 years plus, man.
30 years plus.
Yeah. Lots of good memories.
That's cool.
More like a brother,
We're like brothers. People say out there we look alike, right?
Yeah.
You see the little resemblance, but there's no...
no, there's absolutely positivity.
There's not no bloodline there. But we used to go to school together. People used to stop us hey, you guys are brothers, right?
Yes.
Nope.
And those people who stopped you were called crackheads because you guys look nothing like brothers.
Really?
No.
There's a resemblance, bro. Police have stopped us.
Police stop everybody.
No. There's stop. Hey, brothers, come here. First of all, we're not brothers. Yes, you are. No, we're not. But everyone used to say we're brothers. I can't believe you don't see the resemblance. Christine, do you know?
I see the resemblance.
Yes.
I noticed that when I first entered.
Wow, so you saw the resemblance when they first entered. Oh, before we go on, this is Chris Ride, our esteemed producer. She got here late and no earphones and breaking all kinds of rules. I
blame Verizon.
Yeah, and I blame Barack Obama. We all gotta blame somebody. But back to this. No, back to the brother thing. Okay, I just want to look. I'm not trying to be what's that called? Sarcastic. But to me, okay, how you guys might look like brothers, maybe because you both have beards. That's it.
Well, I'm telling you, we know when you get something from different people, right? And not just 1, 2 family members. I'm talking about high school. Like I said, police would tell us. I never saw it. I don't see it to this day. But when you have the masses, the audience letting them know, it's okay, now I guess I see it. But I guess that's what the comments are for, right? Wherever you post this up.
I know.
30 plus years.
That's like childhood friends.
Who have I known 30 plus years? I'm trying to think. Because that's how I am. I'll go in circles, then I'll leave that circle. I'll be your friend for 5 years, then I'll disappear. And you'll never see me again. But then I'll come back 7 years later and man, where have you been?
So who is your oldest friend? Because family members really don't count.
They don't.
Childhood friend, or not even that. Have you known somebody 10 years, 15 years?
No glass 6.
Have you known somebody for 15, 20 years?
Thank you, Alex. That's messed up. You did that, Jay. That's messed up that you have the sunglasses. You would be the sunglass man. Wow. That's hate. You are such a hater. Flex, I'm not ignoring you. Answering your question, that's just display of hate.
Are we doing sunglasses, boys, here? Or are we...
What?
As far as this video, I'm not wearing sunglasses.
What topics? What are you talking about?
And I'm from here.
Okay, well, why'd you put yourself on video then?
I know.
What are you doing? Okay, well...
Because it looks crazy with you talking. I guess no matter we used to do it, just be,
Because Joe Rogan has Jamie. Now, if you want to be on there, you could be on there, but you have to go with the ramifications that comes with showing your face. We're talking about everything. JaySlay, you look like a killer. Alex, 30 years, who have I known?
Just saying, if it's something inflammatory that it can, mess with your jobs or anything, you'd be surprised.
Listen, number one, we are all freelance mercenaries, so we don't have to worry about no stinking job.
I'm confused. What are we talking about? We have to sign a waiver?
No, I'm just saying.
Watch out what we talk about.
Touching upon topics that are...
Sunglasses?
Number one, nobody has touched you. Number two, Flex, my oldest friend of 30 years has been known. Like I said 5 seconds ago, I'm not a good, how can I put this? like I'm a bad friend. Like I'm a really, I start out as a good friend. I do.
You do?
You're not a team player.
No.
I can attest to that.
I'm a good friend.
Oh my God.
But when people, like sometimes, okay, when I was drinking, I was a really bad friend. Because once I started drinking, like I get very, okay.
Yeah, but you were still writing tons of material. So
Some of the
it's
best
like,
stuff.
exactly.
Some of the best
How
stuff.
can you be disciplined? That's what I understand in one area. In another area, you're like,
Excuse me, don't put all my stuff out there. Are you serious? That's getting cut out. Okay, but Flex, like I was trying to say, I don't know why. I'm just a bad friend. I try to be a good friend. It all starts out good, but then, okay, it's like Dave Chappelle, Charlie Murphy. If you cross the line on me, I'm like Charlie Murphy. Like if you're a habitual line stepper, and all friends cross that line, unfortunately. When we get too comfortable with each other, everybody tests each other's lines for the most part. I'm not good at that. When you test my line, like, you become my enemy. But then you be my friend. Yeah. Okay. Well, who's judging? You don't judge. Are you crazy? Who are you, Dr. Phil?
No, to me,
you've been very abusive since you've been here.
You respect one another, understand that everyone's going to have differing opinions.
That's
Not
lie.
Everyone's going to agree with your line of thinking.
They should. Look, you're taking up way too much time for the fact checker. Okay. Jay.
You're right.
Those sunglasses are, before we get about the topic we were talking about, which we have a very good topic that we're going to talk about today, believe it or not, but those sunglasses are fantastic. I was going to really hate on you, but I can't, because you look like a killer.
And they're not even that expensive, man. Just $24.
$24.
Because there's a Joe Rogan special, but tell me, today I was looking directly at the sun and my eyes were good. I would take them off. I was blinded, man. And this was like around maybe about 10 in the morning.
Wow.
I just got one question to ask, and feel free to cut me off. Why were you looking directly at the sun?
To test them out.
Okay.
That's what the guy said. He says, you could tell me, these glasses are something special, man.
We're going to do an experiment.
I'm seeing everything in HD right now.
I look in HD? Do I look better?
You look in 4K right now, bro.
4K, thank
you. 4K right now.
I think that's good.
You know how you guys look? Like the crew on it's called Inside the NBA. See how the new camera, how that looks? Mm-hmm. Kind of like that, real clear, man.
So do I look like Shaq, or do I look like Ernie? Who do I look like inside the NBA? What are you talking about, son? Jay, sometimes you just take topics and you just, like, you'll take a topic here, take it over here, then I gotta bring it back to here. So,
with me, sports have been around for a very long time.
That's awesome.
As long as I've known him.
A segue.
Even before that, watching the old school basketball, old school football, my brother and my father, baseball. That's before I started playing, you know. Me and him, we met up like that, playing football, playing basketball. We used to hit up different parks. So when women ask me, how can you watch football all day? I'm like, because I've been doing it for so long. I'm just used to it, you know. And I'm not just a specific, like, I'll just pick one team. I do root for one team, but I like
Who's your favorite team?
The Patriots.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I used to like them when they were bad.
Nobody liked the Patriots. You're a bandwagon.
This was 1993, 94.
I'm a vouch for that. He's
93. They used to laugh at me when I used to come by. Patriots, oh man, laugh at me. The laughing stock. Pittsburgh fans, Raiders fans, Frisco fans, Cowboy fans.
Who was the Patriots quarterback back then?
We had Scott Zolak.
Oh, you like a team that had a quarterback named Scott Zolak?
And then after that, Drew Bledsoe came in. So that was transition. But what I liked about them is they had a really good defense. I've always been a good cornerback. That's my mentality. You know, we take the big receivers and all that. We shut them down.
When you play cornerback, we
had Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy.
When you play cornerback, how do you play aggressive? Do you jam off the line? Do you give him room? Force a direction?
Jam out the line, push him outside.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I can see that too. You got good leverage too. Looks like you need that leverage.
So, I used to get interceptions all the time. Like, me and this guy right here, Flex, we had a play called Rob Woodson. Remember Flex?
What?
So I used to blitz. And he used to fall back and get my guy. And most of the time, either like I will get the sack or he will get the interception.
Wow.
We were just in sync. Just one word, Rob Woodson.
It's like you guys could finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Whoa, get out of here. There we go.
Finish each other's plays. Just
same thing.
At one point, it was just a look.
Same thing in basketball, you know, like you see it on the court, how certain point guards or quarterbacks just, it's with a little looking, you know, or just a simple, everybody has 2 or 3 plays, man. And what you do is you reverse those plays on the different side of the field, and that's about it.
When I played sports with people, which goes into why maybe I'm not a good friend, like you guys are good. I don't call, hey, what are you doing? Get in your place. What are you doing? You suck. See, that's what I do. That's where the friendship starts to crumble. You know, that's where it starts to dissipate.
I have that as well.
Because I want to win.
But you know what? I like that.
That's competition.
I would love to have you on my team.
You like to have me on your team, Flex?
I want somebody to correct me when I'm wrong, and I want somebody to just have the will to win.
And you see, I'm not abused because with the other team, like I want to destroy the other team. Not my teammates. Like I'll verbally get on you. But like another team, like I want to destroy them. Like, I want to win. I don't know what it is about me, but I don't like to lose. Like I don't like to lose. It's not fun to lose. I'd rather not play than be a perennial loser. It's not my thing. I don't know. It's not, losing it's not good with me, you know? So that's why when basketball, like I don't have the skills that I used to. I used to be really good. But, about 5 years ago, I started playing with like the younger kids. Yo, they were just abusing me. They were doing like they were just so fast, and everything was effortless, you know? And it was like, man, I couldn't get with them anymore. I got mad and I started going to physicalities. But then I thought, oh man, that's not good. Why are you getting physical when you play a sport? That's not the game. The game is the skill. If you got to like bully somebody, what fun is that? That's like, so that's just where my mindset is. But tell us about that. That was a really interesting thing. Got to check this out. Tell me about that, football league. The football league that you and Jay started, Flex, in Watts. Or was it Watts?
It was practically him. We have another close friend, 30 plus years. He's from the same country I'm from, but born in the U.S. His name is Sammy.
What country are you from, Jay? Don't just say I'm from a country.
Guatemala. Well, that's where my parents are from Guatemala. I was born over here, the only one in my family. So practically it was Flex, Sammy, and their friends. You know, I kind of jumped on like the
just
third
give you
game.
a backstory here.
Okay.
You know, just growing up, you know, we grew up in the hood. There's a lot of gang stuff, a lot of gang violence, but just loving sports. We would always go play street football, just tag, hit up the courts for just simple basketball.
Okay.
So we started chatting. You know, we lived on 20th Street. So we should just be 20th Street duds. That's what we used to call ourselves because we were just a big, group of guys.
20th Street Duds?
Duds.
Spell that?
Duds. T-H-U-G.
Thug Life. Like Tupac.
Thugs. I thought you said duds.
No, duds.
That's why I wanted to correct it. I didn't want somebody, 20th Street beating my ass.
So,
duds.
So, I mean, there was a bunch of gangs out there and, you know, we were just not about that gang life. We were more about the sports life. And
they knew that.
We started challenging, other neighborhoods.
Okay.
So we started challenging, Westmoreland.
Westmoreland, where's that?
Westmoreland was across the street from the Washington Boulevard, and they had their own group of guys over there.
Okay. So, like, how would you, I don't mean to interrupt, how would you challenge them? Would you be like,
I knew him, so I'm like, we were looking for somebody to compete against us, you know? So we had a good team. They had more of a kind of like a finesse type of team, you know? I'd
be on a finesse team. I like finesse. But listen.
Well, not really. They had some dude
named
The Rock.
They had this guy named, oh man.
The Rock, he was like 6'5", just a massive body. They had their own egos. They had this one dude, little pretty boy, kind of their leader.
I'd hit him. I hit that.
Everybody did.
You know,
I like this.
They had some guy named Robert. He like little curly hair.
And he get hit too.
We would always clash on you know, going to the liquor store. Hey, what's up? How's it going? We knew each other when we were friends, but they were just a different crowd. So we challenged them like, hey, we're gonna go play football. You guys want in? Okay, let's do it. So we went to the park. We started playing. You know, we started playing their team versus our team. We did that a handful of times. Okay. One day we go so, you know, that's how it started. There was no camera. There was no social media. There was nothing like that, right? We would just go and play for pride. People would get injured. Just go out there, play up to 10 touchdowns. Let's go. No pads, a tackle, whatever.
Where would you play? Lego Park or a youth center?
We played at,
Hoover Park was one of our parks. We had Toberman and then we had Latterman. And all those 3 parks. And then Normandy, all those 4 parks actually were what you would call, when you would show up, you had to show up like with a nice little group of people, you know, because, you know, they had their own little crews there, but they realized they were there just for the competition. So
I mean, we played at a young age. We were 10, 12, playing amongst ourselves. We got older. We started challenging other neighborhoods.
14, 15.
By the time we were 16, 17, so we go out there. We started playing. We were just practicing gang rigs to just have a little friendly game. Local gang, right? They showed up. They challenged us.
Wow.
What do? They got on, they got on the phone and they came like 30 to 40 deep. Okay. So we were like 15 guys and they show up. They show up with lowriders. They show up with females. They show up with beers and old school guys. And we're just young. They show up and like guys that probably came out of the pen with big old muscles. Boom. Let's go. And we started playing them.
Well, hold up. You played them.
We played them, and I'm telling you, and it was competitive games. But most of these gang members, local gang members from that area, I went to school with their brothers. So that was what you call, hey, you guys want to play? They were just waiting for us to say no. But we never did, man. We played with some grown men, some real serious competition.
That's that city mentality.
And
it was intimidating.
They had to respect us, man.
It was intimidating. Seeing all these guys tied it up.
They respected us, though, for some reason, man. Because
you played them.
We played them, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
We had athletes. They had their athletes. We played. We lost. It was competitive. There was no cameras, no nothing. It's just word of mouth. I wish we had cameras. Fast forward, I don't know, a decade and a half, 2007, we're like, hey, Turkey, but we should play. We should. Okay. Let's just ask people, we're going to play. Okay. And in 2007, a bunch of people showed up. At this point, we had cameras. We started recording this game. And that's how the FFL, Farts Football League, was born.
Can I ask a question? Have you ever seen the Blues Brothers?
Yes.
When they said, we're going to put the band back together. So that's what you guys did? You ran around like Watson, Willowbrook. Hey, we're putting the band back together.
It was just word of mouth. It was turkey. Who doesn't like Turkey Bowl, right? And who doesn't play Turkey Bowl on Turkey Day, right? Like Turkey
You get the weekend off.
The family, and some people just play catch. We gathered up the troops and just say, hey, we're going to go play football. We're going to set up set a couple cones and set up a couple touchdown fields. And we're just going to go at it.
That's all you need for football.
Who wants to come and play? We're going to have 2 end zones. Who wants to play? Show up. And we got a crowd. I don't know how many people showed up, but it's on camera. It's on YouTube.
It was always like 9, maybe a little like 11. But
11 on 11? 9 on 9.
Wow.
Sometimes it'll be 8 on 8.
Wait, sometimes you have people, they were either playing basketball or were at the park regardless. Like the local kids, And then sometimes they would say, can we jump in? Like, let's go. And then, you go here, you go there. And, they can't play together, of course, Trying to make things even and all that. So it started off like that, man. And then
So at this point, we just said, okay, 2 team captains. Everybody line up and go first pick, second pick, third pick, fourth pick. And then it just ended up being that there was a young captain and an old captain. I forgot who was it at the time. It was so long ago. But they ended up picking a bunch of young dudes while the old guys started picking a bunch of old dudes. So right there and then, it was just like old farts versus young farts.
Old farts versus young farts.
Versus young farts. FFL 1. Go. And this happened afterwards because this all happened organically, like I was saying, right?
Yes.
We didn't plan this.
No.
We're going to go out there, play. We're going to record it.
It was a universe.
And let's go. And at the time, after that game, social media wasn't as hot as it is today, right?
No. You guys should be...
Practically, our first exposure to social media was him pointing the cameras and telling us to say our name or the name that we want to be called while we're playing.
So you have special football names?
Because if not, you could make up your own name.
What was your name? What's your name?
Highlight reel.
What the highlight reel? What the?
This is Gio.
I would have hit you.
This is Gio. Highlight reel.
Hey, if I'd have been in your team, I would have hit you. Like, why are you tackling him on the team? Highlight reel. You setting yourself up.
But put it like this: so if you didn't pick a name, that name was kind of picked for me.
Okay, so
roll with it. Because if you don't pick a name, they'll pick one for you.
Yeah, I don't want nobody naming me. I hate that.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah.
No, I hate that.
That happens.
I'll fight that. Like,
so
you don't want that name.
So they put that camera
that
on
happens.
So they put that camera on you, and if for some reason you don't, like, you freeze up. We had a friend named Sammy. He would just give you a nickname. He's good for him.
So yeah, man, back to the nicknames.
Sammy. Tell me more about Sammy.
Sammy's a character, and at one point,
I gotta hear about Sammy.
Yes, tell me what his name.
Tovar, you're gonna have to have him on the podcast.
Oh, definitely.
He's a talker, man.
He's a talker. He has a bunch of stuff.
Open invitation. Hey, Sammy, if you're out there, open invitation. Come on down.
But I mean, we had name. Let me just give you some of the names. I mean, we
Okay.
had this one guy. He was a talker. We called him Mayweather.
Okay.
This other
Okay.
guy, his name was Sony. I don't even know what his name is. We started calling him Sony PlayStation.
Why'd you call him Sony PlayStation?
Because it's just Sony. PlayStation, he plays like a video game. We had another game, Chemo, right? And then
Chemo. No, go back to Chemo. Why are you skipping over Chemo? Why'd you call him Chemo?
Oh, Chemo. That was
his nickname.
He came in with that nickname, but
he was a piecer. He used to do graffiti.
Okay. That makes sense.
And he was a beast, right? So finally somebody came and was able to handle him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to control him. So what do we call him? Chemotherapy.
Whoa! I knew there was a setup. Oh, that's nice. Chemotherapy.
We got another guy, Kevin Amaya, nice running back, just runs the pocket, we call him Pocket Monster,
Pocket Monster. Hey, you know what I like about LA? Is you guys have like creative, like cool names. Like in Jersey, we just give each other like horrible names, like
what was your name growing up? Tell me.
But we have no originality in New Jersey. What we do, we'll look at TV and we'll see somebody who looks like somebody, and we'll call them that.
We do that as well. That happened a lot of
Okay, so you know who they used to call
Megatron. We used to just call people how they look.
Oh, if I look like Megatron, okay, I would like that.
No, we had a guy named Megatron. So
here's what they used to call me.
Okay.
Remember Juice? Remember the one who used to terrorize Tupac? Radaman.
Radaman?
Yeah, they used to call me Radaman. Radaman!
From the store?
They weren't doing, hey, what's up, Bishop?
Wow.
They used to call me that. They used to call me Radaman.
You better put up a picture in the video when you edit this.
I will definitely not put up a picture. And these guys were bigger, so I couldn't talk shit. I couldn't say, man, fuck that Rod. They would whoop my ass. Okay, Radaman, ass whooping. Radaman, ass whooping. What's up, Bishop? So in New Jersey, we have no creativity. We're Apollo average in intelligence. So we'll just look at TV. Oh, you look like Fat Albert. So we'll call you Fat Albert. It's Jersey. We're not the smart. Watch The Sopranos.
See, the thing about like growing up in LA, you actually at a very young age had to actually have comebacks.
Oh yeah.
You would get attacked.
Well, you guys are city guys.
And if you were fooled, they would jump on you like wolves, man. So you would have to come with some comebacks or set yourself up before they even try to come at you.
Oh, you're a chess player. So you're like fool somebody calling you a name. You got like 5 ready to throw back.
Man, man. I used to give some good nicknames, man. But
yeah,
my problem was that I used to tell them to people, and then they used to use them against me or against somebody else.
So, let me ask that question. So you would like whisper like something to somebody like, hey, his face looks like a Ninja Turtle. So the person that you told would later say, hey, Jay, you look like a Ninja Turtle. What the hell is that?
Like that happened with a close friend of mine named Glamour. His name is Alex too, but his name is Vladimir, but we used to just call him Glamour, Everybody knows him that name.
Okay, no.
There was a day when
why'd you call him Glamour? I have to know that name. I have to know that story.
Because he was I guess like who put on Glamour, man?
I had no idea.
I guess it's like his curly hair, and he had a mustache. He had a mustache like at 13 or 12. So
he looked like a celebrity.
So all of us used to just go what you would call go at it with each other. That was like a Friday night, Saturday night, man, just hanging out.
Who couldn't take it? Who used to get sensitive? Who'd start the rock?
Whoever would show up late would get it, man. Everybody would attack him for some reason. So that guy had to come in with some thick skin or with some good comeback line. So you have to actually have something in your arsenal just to keep it. Well, with one nickname, man, this nickname went viral, man. Before it went viral, the name was IT.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. I was going to put that name to Glamour because I used to say, we don't know what you are. Mm-hmm. So we're going to just name you It. We fell asleep on it. The next day I got sick. I didn't come out for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. I come back, to hang out where we hang out at. Mm-hmm. Now my name is It, man. And it stuck with me for about like 20 years. Damn.
Jay,
most people still call me that.
But here's the thing. If Glamour's the way if he looks how you say he looks, he couldn't be It. That would destroy him. He had to be Glamour. Glamour if you turn Glamour to It, his life would have changed forever. He would have had like ugly girls and probably like...
He's a funny looking dude. So,
he is funny looking?
Yeah, it's just, it works the opposite. He's not really Glamour. That's
I love those nicknames, the reverse nicknames.
Reverse nickname.
We used to have a guy who...
Kind of like Precious. something like that,
Who'd you
like
call?
the complete opposite,
Oh, okay. That's a real like name in the African American community. Like people actually have Precious on their birth certificate. That's like a real name.
Well, that's what we do, man. So like I said, for some reason, we grew up like that, man. Kind of like clowning around, bagging on each other. But that helped us build, like a backbone. So when we got to like junior high,
Mm-hmm.
high school,
Mm-hmm.
things weren't as bad for us as they were for other kids, man. Because people used to get harassed in the bathrooms.
You get harassed in the bathroom?
Before school, after school.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you used to harass people in the bathrooms?
No.
Be honest, Jay. Jay, with those sunglasses,
I was more of the guy what you would call like it was just a constant, going at each other, But when it came out to like high school, it was different,
So you were like bullies?
No. We used to get bullied.
Okay.
But the bully didn't really matter because we bullied ourselves so much that,
So there was nothing they could say to us.
There's nothing you could say to us. Exactly.
Let me tell you a crazy story. That's sort of in the realm of what me and my friends used to do. Don't judge. Please don't judge. Don't you interrupt. Don't judge. So I have a friend. I won't say his name. So we used to get drunk on Friday nights. And since it's so easy to go to jail in Los Angeles, we'd practice if we got arrested and were thrown in jail. Like what we would do if like they tried to rush us in the bathroom and like take our manhood. We didn't actually go like, look, the way your faces look right now are horrible. But let me just finish, okay? Listen, nothing gay happened. No. Hey, you said you wouldn't interrupt, Jay. So anyway, so we practice like, okay, hey, listen, like we hit a shot, and say, hey, if they rush you in the bathroom, like say cause in I think county, every ethnic group has its own toilets, sinks, everything. And if you have the wrong one, you're ass out. Like if you're using like the other sink, you're in trouble. So we used to make it like, what would happen if they tried to get us in the bathroom and take our manhood? So we practice and shit like that. He wound up going to jail like for like 8 years. So it's like practice makes perfect. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he had to use these skills that he acquired during our smoke drinking sessions to survive. That's some real stuff. So I see what you're saying in a more perverted sort of
perverted.
Well, because
you have to practice sometimes. You got to practice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because but I've actually known guys who tell me like real stories about that happening. Shawshank Redemption was horrible, but I have dudes. It might have really happened to them, but they act like it happened to somebody else. Like, I remember this young boy came in and they took him to the back and he was wearing makeup, so some shit. I don't know. I don't remember the whole story, but it's sort of what you guys are saying, how you practice and you get yourself ready for game time. Game time is the real world. Okay. So game time is when a cat you do not know is running the dozens on you or bagging on you or dissing you. How can you, cause you can't let them see you break. Your eyes can't turn red. You can't get mad because they're going to use that against you, especially if you get mad. Like, oh, look, that's the first thing I do. Oh, look, you get mad, aren't you? Oh, you're getting mad. Look, he's getting mad. You're getting mad, aren't you? Ooh, he's getting mad. Get him some green tea. You're getting mad, ain't you? You shouldn't have done it. See, but if you're laughing at me, inside, I'm like, damn, he's laughing. That was my best one. He laughed at that. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh man, let me go pull a fire alarm or fake a seizure or something like that. So you guys, that's genius.
Well, it's not like we made it happen or practice. We were just, the hood created tough skin.
Survival.
We clown each other so much that when it came to real life, a stranger, an older guy doing it, it's just like, man, I feel you can't really say anything that hasn't really hurt me. And nowadays, there's a bully problem out there. There's a, internet problem where you can't really throw anybody anymore. Look at Kevin Durant out there. Can't even take a little,
Kevin, he has problems, but you got to find out, like I think we talked about this, and I think we talked about this too, the pain. A lot of people react certain ways because it's a pain. Something happened. Some trauma happened, exactly. And it caused a pain. So there's a pain in Kevin Durant. Look, if Kevin Durant doesn't play basketball and he's a 7'1" dude just walking around the mall and he can't play basketball, he's getting shot by everyone. Like even people who can't shoot are shooting at him. So you got to think before he played basketball, he was getting shot. DC too. Like DC is like Watts. So he was getting hit from everywhere. So what happened, he probably just heard it so much, but he couldn't deal with it. I guess being a superstar, he had people come up and get his back, cause hey, don't talk about my boy like that. Or hey, don't say that, or hit him or something like that. Sometimes you gotta go through the fire, man. Sometimes you gotta taste it. You gotta taste that, the poison, like, sometimes you have to take the poison to get used to it, to adjust to it, That's why, like when you, there's no difference in cities. Like LA is no different than Philly, New York. I know everybody wants to say it's so different in other cities. No, it's a city mentality and that's survival. Not only on the physical level, but the mental level and the spiritual level too. It's a 3-pronged survival. Lacking either one, you get taken out. So it's almost like, I don't know, man. It's almost like you're preparing for war. The streets are war, man. The streets are war. If you're not prepared for those streets.
What, doing the dozens? They've been doing that since, I guess, I'm thinking post World War II. My dad used to say they used to do, that's all they used to do.
They used to do the dozens.
College.
Jesus used to do the dozens. He used to do the dozens on Peter all the time.
From the library, bagging on each other back and forth, and it would get vicious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were cool. But see, because it was done within a small circle, what you would call, when outsiders try to do it to us, it couldn't be done,
So let me ask you a question, though.
Because, in high school, it's a group of guys. One person walks in and says something funny, and if your friends laugh, it's over for you.
Yeah.
So,
I hate that.
But if for some reason, like you already know it's coming, you already got something.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's that slick talk.
You let it roll off you. While it's rolling, you're like, oh, look at your shoes. So you're already scanning them. So who's the best football team you played? Was Westmoreland the best football team you played?
Well, it's just the best football team we played. It wasn't really about that. It was more about who shows up. Who shows up we used to call it the draft.
Oh my gosh.
People show up, line them up, 2 team captains, and start picking.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. So there was no cause have you ever seen the Wanderers when they play that football game at the end? It's like the Greasers are playing like the black team. And then the Ducky Boys come on the field. You ever see the Wanderers?
No. I've seen that a million times. I don't remember that scene.
Yeah.
I remember they're trying to escape.
Remember?
Going to those different boroughs.
They have a football play. Mm-hmm. They have a football game at the end. It's Leon from the 5 Heartbeats, and it's playing. They got the Greaser squad, and they got the Wangs. They're there, and they got the black football team, the black gang. It's supposed to be in Chicago, so that's what they do. They play this football game at this field. They bring the girls. They bring everything. The mafia is there. And next thing you know, the guys from the neighborhood are these little Polish Catholic dudes. They're called the Ducky Boys. And they just come like there's 1,000 of them. They just rush the field and take over the game. So it wasn't really a neighborhood thing. It was just like people would just come out, you divide.
Well, we played, there was a handful of games. Like I said, we started out playing Westmoreland, which was not recorded. We played the local gang over there, which was not recorded. And then it ended up being Old Fart versus Young Fart, so like 10 games.
Okay.
And then we played Ramona Gardens.
Ramona Gardens.
Okay, that's the projects here in what is it? It's not East LA. What's the other?
But they all came with Chemo, and then Chemo came from Rialto. But see, I kind of grew up with Chemo's brother,
Rialto's hood.
Yeah,
that's like desert hood.
A bunch of people know.
Yeah.
Everybody that moves from the city goes over there.
Yeah. They got to Rialto, Riverside.
Ramona Gardens, it was a whole, projects. They came, we played them a couple times.
Wow, so they came to Rialto down here?
No, not Rialto.
A couple of people from Rialto, but...
No. Ramona Gardens, that city next to Dodger Stadium. What's that city?
Boyle Heights?
Boyle Heights.
Boyle Heights.
So
that's East LA, yeah.
Yeah, so East LA, Boyle Heights, the Ramona Gardens, they came deep. We played Bell Gardens at their high school. That game, we didn't even schedule it as an FFL game because it was just out of order. There was a couple fights. But most of the time, it was a draft, line them up, pick. That's what the FFL was all about. We used to put it on, once we started posting it on Facebook and Instagram, which, got taken down. It's just like, hey, you guys want to play football? You guys love the sport. Come and join us.
We're going to get it back up. Hey, search on, can you look up, the, YouTube, rights for music? Because I think right now, as long as you put that you don't own the rights to the song,
there's some videos that are up, but most of the videos got taken down.
We're going to put that in the link. So we're going to put the actual Flex is going to Flex or Jay are going to give us the link. So we're actually going to put it in the link to this video so they can sit there and watch.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos out there. Once we started posting stuff on Facebook, people started reaching out and like, hey, what day is it? I'm there. And it got pretty big at one point.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you start this back up? Nowadays, you got the sponsorship. The kids need this, especially in these areas. Like the kids need this.
Listen, we're not getting paid for this. The injuries are real, and you want to talk about the injuries, Jill, please.
Yeah, man, I've had so many injuries, man, that I said I was not going to play again, and every single time I did play again, I got hurt. Dislocated elbow, almost like popped out, fractured maxillary.
Wow.
That's part of my testimony, because my mouth was wired shut for a while. So I kind of took it as, I was always street smart. I was knowledgeable of most stuff. I've always loved real history, man, outside the books, I've always done research on stuff that I liked, So I guess that was like a moment where
his life changed pretty much
where I took it as shut up, think.
Well, let me ask you a question.
It was like another PowerPoint in my life, So it's important. You're street smart, and then that's when I got to actually. It was the beginning. I think I was called off right there, set aside, and that's when I started like my journey, my walk with God.
Okay.
That's when I first started reading the Word, because that day, actually the very same day, happened September 11th, about 3 a.m, got off of work. I was living downtown. I had a loft. Walked to work. I was not going to play. So somebody threw up on the elevator. So I told the guard to open up the door for me. Went up the stairs, 3rd floor. I see a box. Bible right there just waiting for me. Picked it up. It's like something was telling me, don't go. That whole week I was like, don't go. I'm not going to go. But it's that, what you call, it's that fire in me, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very competitive person, man. When it comes down to like sports, boxing, or in anything, that was instilled into me at a very young age by one of my friends' big brother. That's kind of the guy that made me Gio. I know how to play football. So he told me, all you got to do is just stick them like glue. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them go anywhere. And that's where my whole thing started, playing football, then basketball.
Okay, so Jay, let me ask you a question. Did you hold a lot? Yes, you did.
I hacked them.
No, football. Did you hold? You were holding. You used to grab that, didn't you?
No. I kind of saw where the play was coming.
Okay, anticipation.
I think I had a lot of interceptions, man.
How much is a lot? 100?
Like 3 per game.
How many?
That's another thing, man. That like when you say what was the best team that we ever played, I think those teams looked at us as the best team.
Oh, stop it. Jay, are you for real?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, we had it all. And
so you were the best team?
We never got slaughtered.
Okay.
Like that 3-point skunk rule never happened to us, man. Everything was competitive. Basketball, football. Like you say, when you're losing.
I don't like to lose.
I'm saying so we never really lost.
What's the did you look up the rights? What's the rights?
Under YouTube rights for music.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was we were putting videos up, and videos were being taken down, or the audio was being stripped because we had a boombox playing, Kanye West and J. Cole, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they can do that.
Well, YouTube, and they started doing it, and we have a couple of music videos that we posted with Kanye West. It's amazing in the background, whatever that song's called. It's amazing. I don't even know what
we used to actually put a theme song for every person that would win the MVP of the game.
But after a certain year, YouTube stopped all that. I mean, once you put up all that work, and you put up a video and they strip the audio or they take the video down, I got pretty mad. Hours was putting into this and it got taken down. But back to the injury. What year was your injury, Joe? Were you
2010, September 11th.
Okay, so he got injured, and listen, he had a life-changing moment. FFL continued, with or without him. So when you ask me, let's bring it back up, or the injuries are real, and the reason why I stopped promoting it and stopped posting stuff up is because. Last thing I wanted on my conscience, last thing I wanted on my mind was somebody to get really hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Paralyzed, just really life-threatening injury. But lives were changed. As you can see right here with Gio, the highlight reel, he went through, he never played after that.
You know what happened one time? What I actually saw, because we didn't play to your extent. Like we would get like 5 people together and like play against each other. Or I actually saw a guy break his hand. I saw somebody break their wrist. I saw somebody get tackled and they fell, and I heard pop, and they came up and the wrist was like this. Like, no, I can hold it here. And he started screaming. He's a big guy too. Oh, like a lumberjack.
Well, when he dislocated his elbow, the elbow was dangling.
Oh, wow.
So, like when you see the UFC fights where they kick the leg and chin to chin.
Whoa, that's horrible.
Yeah, that was a horrible injury, man.
Yes, his arm was just
that pain, and you could see like the bone almost. But the good thing was that it didn't pop out of my skin, because now that would have been surgery.
The fractured jaw, whatever.
Fractured jaw.
How do we? There's no ambulance on call.
No.
There's no.
Yeah.
So when his elbow got dislocated, the game stopped. Right. I was driving an Astro van at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Hopped on the Astro van.
Mm-hmm.
Started driving around looking for urgent cares. And he went about his life, right? He never played again, and he stopped showing up, right? He didn't, he was out of order, right?
Yes.
The FFL continued. We kept on playing for years. The league just stopped a couple of years ago.
Let me ask you a question, Lex. What if Jay would have come back? Say you guys were playing, and Jay would have came back with those sunglasses, staring at you guys like, hey, is that Jay? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
why is he looking mad like that?
So let me tell you.
Points at the field like this.
One injury happened first, the dislocated elbow, right? Because after the jaw, he stopped playing, right? Yeah. So he dislocates his elbow, okay? So that's the first injury. Mm-hmm. So time passes, we're playing. Guess who comes? Guess who makes an entrance?
Like I said,
guess who makes an entrance? He doesn't have the glasses.
You had to have the glasses.
This man just started wearing glasses, all right? Because he looked at the sun and couldn't look at the sun. But keep in mind, so now he dislocates his elbow. Okay. We're playing, we're getting ready to pick, and guess who makes an entrance?
Like a Hollywood?
Showing up all late. Walking with a little strut.
What?
And here comes Gio, the highlight reel, about to join the draft.
I would have called you Tom Cruise.
Boom, he shows up, he plays, and he probably plays a few more games, and it wasn't until he broke the jaw that he stopped coming. Yeah. So to answer the question, he did. He made a dramatic entrance, played a few games, and it wasn't until he broke the jaw where it stopped.
It was kind of like that scene from Rudy where everybody thought he gave up.
And we have footage.
That's my favorite movie. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody that I've ever played with, they will always say, if Jay's playing with me or G was playing with me, highlight reel, I have a chance of winning.
Yeah, I knew guys like that.
You know why? Yeah. Because I was that corner, but middle linebacker almost, that I would have to get that tackle. It don't matter how big the guy was.
Yeah. We got footage out there, guys. We're not just talking about this. We have
you can
footage.
see it, man. Like me bumping, that's what guys are about 5 inches bigger.
So let me ask you a question.
40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Do you have footage of you walking on the field?
Yes.
Like, getting selected?
Yes.
Or like dudes, is it like the movie? Is it like a cutaway to like 2 guys hugging? Like, yes! JaySlay, Gio.
People always loved my competitive nature, man.
I want you on my team.
You know why? Because I was always smaller, but I just knew how to hit.
Now you got a confident air about you. Like you got something about you that
he came in with a walk. Picture like a big pay-per-view boxing fight where the fight's about to start, right? The national anthem has been sung. Here comes the walk.
But I'm saying like there was 2 or 3 times where I should not played already, but I did.
It's really breaking down the vibe.
We took 5 seconds to go to the camera. What are we talking about? I'm sorry to destroy your chain of
times.
Yes,
but I'm just telling you, that's just word of mouth.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the ABC studios right now and hijack one of their sports cameras for football on Monday.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Well, I need somebody that can.
I'll be a lookout.
With those sunglasses, you won't. You'll get us arrested. No,
I can see things in HD, man.
Yeah, you can see things in prison. You look like not a criminal, but somebody who knows criminals. You don't look like the actual criminal, but you look like you'd hire somebody. Hey,
see that that's why I'm saying sports saved us a lot, man.
I see.
But see, like me, I was borderline because I've always known a lot of people. I'm not saying I was popular. I'm just saying were always drawn to me. Bigger people, strong people that had influence. So I knew people from different neighborhoods. Like I could say Magnolia, Westmoreland.
Would you have let me play? Would you? Pretend we're in a draft.
Anybody
I show up.
Anybody could have played unless you were too small. There were some kids that wanted to play. Mm-hmm. Like they used to be a little kid named Caritas. He used to love playing, man, but he was just too small.
Let me tell
so we used to have to let him graduate until we see they could hang with us. Then we give one.
What was the criterion for picking? And when you said
no, you have
the draft.
And for every person that we would pick, they would have to be an opposite person that could play against them. That's what we would do.
We had little kids playing.
Yeah, we had little kids.
We had two guys, Larry and Gary. They were really young, but I mean, we used to love, we love thriving on the next generation.
Bombs,
Okay, back to the whole sports thing. I mean, we were growing up in the hood and, we used to love boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had some boxing gloves.
Well, who's your favorite boxer?
Oh man, it was Julio Cesar Chavez,
I love him.
and Mike Tyson. And I used to take out the gloves and I used to challenge people. And then we had little kids and we're like, you know what? Boom, you and you, same age, same height, same weight. Boom, go at it. It's just, I mean, some parents didn't like it, but at the end when they saw how, it
built character in them.
It built character in them, and it was a thing. And
you could have broke it up too. It's like if something got out of hand, people were there to like, hey, were there by themselves.
You know what? There was personal beef between some people, and put on the gloves.
So, who had this beef?
I just, just people,
just say their names now.
Me and him had a fight one day.
Who won? Come on.
They stopped the fight.
No, I saw your face.
No.
Oh, Flex your eyes and everything.
He took some shots. I took some shots.
Okay.
I'm a little heavier than him, so I had the upper hand.
Jay got speed, though.
But he got speed, but we went at it. And just we stopped the fight, and that was it.
Good competition, good fight. I remember he came at me strong. What I did, I gave him a nice, what you would call right hook to the liver or to the stomach.
Yeah, that was a real anticipated fight.
It was like what you call. It was kind of like that those fights. One guy's coming. He was built. He used to lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
I was just push ups and something like that.
It's still tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always known that I have to have strong arms, strong legs.
So you punch in the stomach. So body shots.
Came at me, man. Kind of like that Brandon Moreno fight, man. He ducks and he just straight to the solar plexus, like to the ribs. After that, I know that once you hit somebody so hard their right arm is usually neutralized.
Wow, so you knew that?
I knew that.
Wow.
I've always known that. So I've always strategized, because they just, sometimes they think they're going to just take things from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to kind of like, I'm a very quiet, humble person,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there is that competitive, there's that dog in me,
Let me tell you something. LA guys are so much better. I mean, you guys actually build better people. In my neighborhood, we would take the smallest guy and we call all running plays and we give him the ball and send him up the lane on all running plays. If you wanted to play, say you were too young to play, run the I formation. We'd say it loud to the other, hey, we're running the I formation. So they know too. Like my brother, give my brother the ball. He go up the field, get cracked. Next play, go up the field, get cracked.
Why are you guys doing that?
Because something's wrong with us, man. Something's in the water or the food. We're just raised with hate.
See, we didn't really do that because, we didn't like that being done to us, like on the individual. So that's why we kind of, I'm going to tell you for a while, we were like right on the strip on 20th, either on my side of the street or what you would call a little forward, like on Orchard between New England. Man, we were about 20 deep, man. 20, 25 deep. So when people would pass by, they would kind of be like intimidated by us. But we were never that type of people, We did drink and we did smoke out in public. Now I look back at that and I'm like, that was, out of place, It's like we didn't really care.
But I drink in public now.
No, I'm saying that people like in front
of
with
20 people and
like
right out in the street corner.
No, touche, yeah. 20 people drinking,
bumping music.
But what we had was
Wait.
But what we did have was it was that thing, man, that everybody that hung out with us, like Alex, he has a cousin named Black Eric. We call him Black Eric, because there was multiple Erics. All his family were gang members from that neighborhood. So he was left alone.
Yeah.
So you could say that all of us, that's the cousin, I'm the friend, that's the group. We were all left alone, and they always wanted to recruit, but we never folded in. Some of us did. Like one of my friends, Junior. He went a different route.
So it was the gang against the gang. It was an anti-gang.
We were neutral. So Washington, in between Washington, Hoover, and Vermont, I've always said that's the 50-yard line of the big game. The big game goes all the way to Jefferson.
Okay.
Is it Jefferson? Yeah, Jefferson. All the way to Pico, Vermont, Hoover. That what you call those streets right there, man, are full of, every single block has people, characters, gang members, but they all have brothers, and then we all went to school together. Like I went to school with most of the people from Westmoreland. With Chemo, I went to school with his brother. How we doing with time? Good.
Hey, what's time looking for?
It's literally 7:09. That's what I was signaling.
Okay.
So do we want to wrap it up, or do we want to take our time that it took from? I'm sorry.
And they haven't responded.
What?
Check the text.
Well, we should just keep going until they shut us down. Apparently, they're not shutting people down. Apparently, they're letting people.
Somebody open the door.
Well, they can come in here and get rushed. What are you doing? What if they came back? What if they came back to us?
15 minutes after they cut it off.
15 minutes after?
Put like this, David, man. I've been very blessed that I know how to de-escalate situations.
I've seen it.
But I know when you have to show up. Like when you said they're like they're aiming at something, to do something to you.
Yeah.
To mess with your pride.
Yeah.
Mess with your psyche. So that could not have been done with us, man. Even though it happened to me, man. It happened to me with a couple of gangs, man, where when I would cross over, they were like, that guy's from 20th Street, we know where he's coming from. But I never joined the gang,
Just the fact, look, I give respect and props to, cause being from the East Coast myself, even though I've been in California for a number of times, I love California. I would love to call myself a Californian. I just don't believe I can do it authentically. So, but I love living here. I think Californians are just different. They got different mentality. I believe in a way they're a little, I hate to say it, better, a little more polished than the rest of the country. Just what it is, a little smarter. So I think being raised out here where you have the threat of a gang, an actual threat, like it's not in the movies, like a gang's on your block, and sometimes you have to join it. You have no choice. And that's like, that gang can lead you to jail. It's so easy to go to jail out here. Just having you do some nut stuff like, hey, go steal a bottle of beer. For me and my homeboy, you go steal it, now you got a shoplifting charge, now you're on the wayside or something like
they
that.
Kind of forced to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? So you won't be a punk. But like with us, man, that didn't work, man.
That's great.
We always, our main thing was to stay away from gangs.
That's awesome. That takes a different mentality.
We wanted nothing to be affiliated with them. We knew them. But, later down in life, we hung out with a couple of them, but they were kind of like out of the gang already, Because they just lived in the neighborhood, like the neighborhood drug dealers.
The whole theme right now is pretty much sports kept us away.
Yeah.
Without sports, and I think we probably would have fallen into that.
Because gangs are basically for protection, right?
And amateurs and video games, man. We started with Tecmo Bowl, man, and then we did all the Maddens.
Who's your team in Tecmo Bowl?
It's I think Tecmo was Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Yeah. Buffalo or not Barry Sanders, the Detroit Lions. But I'm saying we have competitions, man. Like play 40 minutes long. The whole game, sometimes for money, sometimes for CDs. But video games, sports.
Who's your team, Flex? We're on Tecmo Bowl. Hey, are you a Cowboys fan for real? Yes, I'm an Eagles fan.
I know you are.
Oh, you knew, and you still said Cowboys. What the heck? Oh, you didn't care.
Got my Charger ticket September 19th.
Oh,
Cowboys versus Chargers and that beautiful stadium, SoFi.
I've been there. It's a pretty nice stadium.
Have you? Been there for what?
Yeah. I went there for the Rams, sort of their first workout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice in a it's nice in a futuristic sort of like Hunger Games. If Hunger Games had a football studio, it kind of looks like that.
Well, I'm so hyped up for that game. I had tickets last year with the Rams for week number 1. They canceled everything on me. But yeah, I'm going September 19th, hopefully.
Dallas got a good team this year, man.
They always do, man. They just gotta, go all the way, I guess.
Okay, the fact that you say they always have a good team, you are a real Dallas fan.
They always have a good team.
Never objective. Dallas fans are never objective.
Just announced they're gonna be on Hard Knocks HBO. So
what? Oh, that's
for
not
the
a
third
good
time. It's not a good thing. I really do hate it, but there's gonna be entertainment, bro. There's gonna be entertainment on HBO Max. Oh,
let me ask you a question. Do you think? And I want you to be for real with this. I don't want you to be delusional. and I don't want you to give me any Madden answer. Like in Madden, it probably could happen, but can Cam Newton really lead the Patriots?
No.
Exactly. Okay, you are a fan. Yeah.
They will be. Well, what they do need is they need somebody that comes out of nowhere, just like Brady did.
Yeah.
Garofalo. They need to get Garofalo back.
No. They either that guy they drafted, but it's because without Newton, who do you have? So until you get somebody else, you're gonna have to stick with him.
I think I'm gonna
sell tickets.
They had it.
Not only to sell tickets, to win games, because he will win some games. But whoever that rookie is, he's not ready yet. Yeah. And you're not gonna go. I mean, unless you call for Aaron Rodgers and just pick him off so. Unless you do that, but a quarterback, there's a reason why these guys are getting 30, 40 million a year.
I have a feeling
no one else could do their job.
It's a hard job.
I have a feeling that the Patriots are not going to do anything for a very long time. It might be 10 years.
Okay, so I don't know what they're going to do. What do you think they're going to do?
There's some faster on the shot.
Let's keep going till the shut us down.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So I mean,
you'll see the lights cut off.
Do you want to wrap up the whole FFL stuff so there could be an ending to this story?
Sometimes, Flex, there is no ending.
I know there is no end game, but I mean, sometimes there is an end game. Sometimes where it's just like fade to black and tease them for the next episode or something.
That could happen. Okay, so the FFL,
Farts Football League.
Farts Football League. Okay, another one. I appreciate everything about this, but It's 2021. We got to change that name. You don't think so?
Well, that name, there is no changing of that name because that's what it's called.
Oh my God!
That's what it's. That's a
Flex, you serious? You will not go to time to be stubborn.
That's a legendary league, but you know what?
It's still happening.
It's not. There hasn't been any games in the last few years.
Okay, well, I want to play.
Turkey Bowl is coming soon. But the whole dream is to have a center, a performance center, and at that point, you switch the farts to family.
Oh man, they cut the license. I don't think they've ever done. Maybe because it was earlier in the day.
Hopefully, it definitely got recorded. Yeah, we gotta
turn on these lights.
They turned these lights off. We turned off all the power on
phones.
Okay. Yeah, we use our phones.
But you know what? Maybe there should be an interesting conversation when you talk to them.